2. The third section of the second book, the second discourse in the Numerical Discourses of Human. This incident took place in Savatthi. At that time, King Pasenadi of Kosala approached the Blessed One. Upon arrival, he paid homage to the Blessed One and sat to one side. Seated thus, King Pasenadi addressed the Blessed One. Venerable Sir, how many qualities arise within a person that lead to disadvantage, suffering, and discomfort? The Blessed One replied, Great King, there are 3 qualities that arise within a person leading to disadvantage, suffering, and discomfort. What are these 3? Great King, when greed arises within a person, it leads to disadvantage, suffering, and discomfort. Great King, when hatred arises within a person, it leads to disadvantage, suffering, and discomfort. Great King, when delusion arises within a person, it leads to disadvantage, suffering, and discomfort. Great King, these are the 3 qualities that arise within a person leading to disadvantage, suffering, and discomfort. Having spoken thus, the Blessed One further added, Greed, hatred, and delusion, arising from within oneself, harm a person of evil mind, as its fruit destroys the reed. This passage is from a Buddhist scripture, describing a dialogue between the Buddha and King Pasenadi. Let's analyze this wise discourse in depth. 1. Background. Savatthi was a renowned Buddhist holy site in ancient India. King Pasenadi, as the ruler of Kosala, visiting the Buddha shows his respect for the Buddha's wisdom and his sincere desire to learn. This scene itself demonstrates the admirable character of a ruler humbly seeking guidance when facing life's perplexities. 2. Core question. The question posed by King Pasenadi touches upon the deepest concerns of the human heart. What causes our suffering and discomfort? This question is not only a puzzle for ancient kings, but also an eternal theme that every modern person contemplates. 3. Buddha's answer. The Buddha points out 3 qualities that arise in the mind: greed, hatred, and delusion. These 3 mental states are known in Buddhism as the 3 poisons and are considered the root of all suffering. Greed, strong desire and attachment to things. Hatred, anger and aversion towards unpleasant things. Delusion, ignorance and misunderstanding of the true nature of things. 4. Deeper meaning of the verse. The Buddha further illustrates the harm of these 3 poisons through a verse. He compares these negative emotions to fruits that harm reeds, suggesting that these emotions corrode us from within, just as heavy fruits can break a reed. Profound reflections and insights. 1. The importance of introspection. This dialogue reminds us that the root of suffering often lies not externally, but within our hearts. We often blame our unhappiness on external circumstances, neglecting the state of our own minds. True wisdom lies in looking inward, recognizing and managing our emotions and thoughts. 2. The art of emotional management. Understanding the harm of the 3 poisons enables us to better identify and manage these emotions. When we feel uneasy, we can ask ourselves, am I caught in greed, hatred, or delusion? This self-awareness is the beginning of emotional intelligence. 3. The essence of happiness. The Buddha's teaching reveals a profound truth. True happiness lies not in having more, but in reducing inner greed, not in changing others, but in dissolving one's own hatred, not in escaping reality, but in eliminating one's own ignorance. 4. The enlightenment of leaders. King Pasenadi, as a ruler of a country, humbly seeking guidance from the Buddha, is an attitude worth learning for every leader. True leadership is manifested not only in managing others, but more in managing one's own mind. 5. The balance of life. Understanding the harm of these 3 negative emotions helps us maintain better balance in daily life. Moderate desires, rational emotional expression, continuous learning and reflection. These are all excellent remedies for dissolving the 3 poisons. Conclusion. This brief dialogue contains profound life wisdom. It reminds us that true growth and liberation begin with understanding our own minds. In this world full of temptations and challenges, each of us can become our own King Pasenadi, constantly exploring our inner selves, seeking wisdom, and ultimately finding inner peace and freedom. This is not an overnight process, but a lifelong practice. Let us take this as a guide, continually reflect and grow on the path of life, and ultimately achieve clarity and tranquility of mind.